It's always uncomfortable when you have something stuck in your underwear, but it's an entirely different ball game when that something is worth $1,000 or more. From pants to socks and boxers, smugglers have gone the extra mile in their questionnaire to fool officials and make a payday. Here are 10 times airport authorities caught passengers smuggling in underwear and socks. Number 10. Gold mine in socks. There are millions of places you'd think to hide a treasure, but a sock isn't one of them. Officers at the Cochin International Airport in India had an interesting story to tell after a passenger was found trying to smuggle gold in his socks. The items were found to be gold chains and were seized immediately. Now, before you go judging, at least give this guy some credit. Officers at airports rarely ever take metal detectors to the feet when scanning passengers, so this was a really smart move. But that's not all. Even more, this evil genius tried to pull another fast stunt, concealing another lump of gold in the form of paste and stashing it in a customized pocket in his undies. According to official reports, the passenger was returning from Abu Dhabi, so he probably must have hit a gold mine during his stay there. Sadly, he ended up losing it all, thanks to one shitty smuggling attempt. Number 9. Taiwanese smuggles otters in underwear. Over in Thailand's Suvarnabhumi Airport, a Taiwanese man was arrested after he was found in the possession of 2 small otters and a prairie dog. What's really disturbing, however, is the odd way he transported these creatures in his underwear. The 22-year-old made small patches around his undies and secured the animals inside before putting on pants to conceal it all. However, it all turned out to be a dumb idea, as his pants bulged visibly, tipping off the authorities. The X-ray machine was the final straw, breaking this man's disguise and leaving him at the mercy of the law. The animals were carefully rescued, while the man faced numerous charges. Number 8. Limping gold merchant. In the world of criminals, they're smart ones who never get caught due to their stealth and criminal intelligence. But then there are those who are just so obvious and dumb that you can spot them a mile away. This guy belonged to the second group. In a quest to smuggle gold across the border, he followed the infamous trick of stashing them in his socks. However, he didn't pay attention to the fact that his hold stash prevented him from walking properly. When airport officials noticed his awkward gait, they quickly pulled him aside, and the rest is history. The man, who was identified as Sheikh Kaiser, was carrying about 400 grams of gold, a pretty small stash if you be honest. However, what's really sad about this man's bust isn't the negligible amount of gold he was carrying, but the fact that he had almost made it through the exit when he was called back and disgraced. Now that's what we call bad luck. Number 7. Sock turtle. There are probably a million things that can be smuggled in a sock, but you'd never expect a turtle to be one of them. A Chinese man named Sai Kung Tin broke this world record at an airport in Southern California after he wrapped several turtles in socks and placed them all in a packet. According to the revelations that followed, this was done to prevent the turtles from making noise. The turtles were eastern box turtles, a small breed that can grow to about 6 inches and are loved for their colorful patterns. However, these turtles are endangered, and so the sale or exportation is prohibited by international law, though they cost a fortune on the black market. So you can imagine what kind of deep shit this man would be in after investigations showed he was connected to another case of 40 eastern box turtles, and also affiliated with a criminal mastermind behind the smuggling of about 1,500 of these animals. There's no doubt that Sai Kyung Tin will spend some time behind bars. Number 6. Chameleons in socks. Another criminal zookeeper was caught trying to sneak reptiles into Austria's black market for quick pay. What's stunning about this smuggling attempt isn't the weirdness of the merchandise, but the sheer quantity. This man tried to smuggle 74 endangered species of chameleons. The port animals were wrapped in socks and then put in ice cream boxes. The criminal had intended to take the merchandise to Vienna, where they could fetch him at least $40,000. However, as fate would have it, he got busted. When officials nabbed him, many of the chameleons were already dead. The man was arrested immediately, and the goods were taken to a special room with a zookeeper assigned to take care of them, courtesy of the airport. Latest reports coming in from the airport are that several of the chameleons have laid eggs and hatched babies. Talk about a happy ending, for the chameleons at least. Number 5. Sharjah underwear criminal. Customs officials at Rajiv Gandhi International Airport in India found themselves in a truly enigmatic situation after a male passenger was found smuggling a few grams of gold in his boxers. The passenger had arrived from Sharjah and was about to take a bow when the scanners gave him away. The gold had been firmly stitched to the underwear, so officers had to wear gloves and carefully undo the stitch in order to get the gold out. What's really amusing about this story is that the man had to pull off the boxers, don't ask me where, before officials could get the commodity out of the nasty piece of underwear. Just so you know, there wasn't much to this bust. It was just a simple gold paste weighing about 330 grams. Number 4, Jaipur goldmonger. Another smart-ass goldmonger was caught in Jaipur Airport, India, attempting to do the impossible. The individual had pasted about 1 kilogram of gold to his feet and concealed them in thick socks. The gold bars were retrieved and put on display for everyone, including the press, to see. Although officials never mentioned what gave this man away, we can pretty much guess it was a metal detector. A smuggler's worst nightmare. Considering that 1 kilogram of gold is worth well over $50,000, we can say this was a very good catch for the authorities. However, we can't say the criminal was too happy about it. Number 3, Primate in underpants. A real-life captain's underpants were found in New Delhi. However, this man was no superhero, but rather a nasty smuggler caught subjecting a rare primate to one of the most inhumane treatments ever. The passenger had attempted to board a flight to Dubai from New Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport when officials noticed something unusual while they were patting him down. After pulling the man aside for a thorough search, they uncovered a slender, big-eyed critter named an Otters hidden in his underpants. It goes without saying that this creature was literally suffocating underneath this man's hideous pants. But it gets even more appalling when you consider that this creature is an endangered species. The creature was sent to the wildlife authorities while the man was sent to jail. Number 2, 800 grams of gold in underwear. It takes one wrong move to come under the radar of airport officials. One smuggler learned this the hard way after he was caught on a return flight with gold in his pants. The air passenger had successfully made it past airport officers in Singapore until customs officials in Kempegowda International Airport spotted him after his arrival on Indigo Flight 6E1006. According to official reports, what gave this man away was his suspicious behavior. Further examination proved he was carrying around 800 grams of gold in his underwear in a semi-paste form. Although the merchandise was seized, Customs weren't in a hurry to throw this man's butt in jail. They probed him to find out how often he traveled abroad, probably with the hopes of linking him to a gold smuggling cartel. Number 1, flight attendant with drug in underwear. A beautiful Malaysian flight attendant did something utterly despicable when she smuggled packets of heroin in her underwear. Her doom came after authorities launched a mega drug bust, in which she got exposed. Her role was simply to exchange packages with dealers in bathrooms. What's really interesting about this story is that the culprit actually practiced undercover for a whole 3 months, with a pillow in between her legs. Authorities also discovered she had successfully smuggled the illegal merchandise for a whopping 8 times, earning around $6,500 for her criminal success. When the time came for this woman to suffer punishment for her crime, she made an interesting revelation, telling the judge that she did what she did because of her sick daughter's medical bills. It turned out she had 3 kids, of which one was really ill. The woman's story earned some sympathy from the judge, who sentenced her to 9 years in prison, with a possibility of getting out in 3 years. According to the judge, the drug pushers took advantage of her vulnerability. What do you think? Was it a fair judgment? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Also, tell us which of these cases you found most ridiculous. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to enjoy more videos like this. Bye for now.